everybody and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we are doing another video where I go through every single book on my Physical TBR to... Honestly, I'm going to use this as a way to see if I'm actually interested in the books I have on my TBR to read, and if not I might get rid of a couple of them. I don't think there is any on my shelves that I need to get rid of, but we will just have to see. So let's get to this because I'm not even sure how many I have on my TBR now because I have bought myself some books recently. So I think I'm going to start with my mini shelf that is here just out of view, and then we will move on to my bigger shelves. Okay, so the first 4 books that are on this shelf that I haven't read because I've read this entire top shelf is my Freedom McFadden books. I've gotten into thriller recently and I haven't read many, but the ones that I have read I've absolutely loved. And the first thriller I read was a Freedom McFadden book and I absolutely loved it. I was obsessed. It was The Housemaid because I wanted to read it before I went to see the movie. So the other Freedom McFadden ones I have is The Housemaid's Secret, Never Lie, Ward D, and Do Not Disturb. And these are all ones that I'm excited to read and that I've heard are very good books that either my mum or Ida has read, or both of them have read it and they've enjoyed the books. Then on the next shelf I have books 2 and 3 in the Gods and Monsters series by Amber V. Nicole. I read the book 1 in this series, which is the Book of Asriel, I think last year or the year before, I can't remember, and I really enjoyed it, but then I never continued the series. But this was in the works for like I think £15, and I really want to continue the series because I really enjoyed book 1. So I picked these up I think a month or 2 ago, so I do want to get to these very soon so I can give them a read. Okay, so the next one is the most recent addition to my TBR. We have Wild Rose by Roxanne Tully. This is, I think, yeah, book 1 in the Blue River Spring series. My mum got this for me when we went out shopping because she was buying herself one of the books because it's in the 2 for £5 now, because they don't do, in my works, 3 for £7.50 anymore. It's now 2 for £5, which I think is stupid. So she got herself a book and then asked if I wanted one, so I picked this one and she very kindly got it for me. The next one is another new addition to my TBR. This one was actually kindly gifted to me by the lovely owner of Literature Stitches, Amy. She had some books that she had been gifted that she'd already read and she wanted to re-gift them to some people. So she gifted me this one and it's called Our Darkest Summer, and it looks like it's a thrillery crime kind of romancy kind of book. It sounds really good. It looks really fun, and I also really just want to give it a chance. And also I think it's this indie published book. I can kind of tell by the way it's like made, and I really do want to read more indie authors, so I'm really excited to give this one a read because it does sound incredible. And then another one that I picked up from the works, because I've been seeing this book all over TikTok for ages and a lot of people seem to love it, so I want to give it a try. I picked up Nocticadia by Kerry Lake. I read the back. It sounds really interesting and it sounds exactly like the kind of book that I would enjoy reading, so I'm looking forward to giving this a go. I think it's like a bit of like a dark romance book. Okay, so that's it for my little shelf. It's now time for my fantasy shelf. Well, this all here isn't fantasy. This is just my TBR basket for the month, where I haven't actually read any of my April TBR, and it is already, well, the 15th of April, which is the day that I'm filming this video, and it's getting uploaded. I'm really behind. Anyway, let's go on to my fantasy shelf. So this shelf I've completely read. I'm currently in the middle of rereading the Avatar series, so that's why book 3 isn't there. But onto this shelf, there's only 2 on this shelf I haven't read, and that is Crown Tide and the Grimm and Oro Dueling Crowns book. These are both books in the Lightlark series. The reason I haven't read these yet is because to be able to read these, I need to reread Skyshade, because I read Skyshade so long ago that I do not remember it. So I feel like I need to read it again before I go on to either of these. I don't know where I'm supposed to read this one in the series. Like, I actually don't really understand. So I think I need to do a bit of Googling, because I don't know if I need to read this before or after I read Crown Tide, but it came out before, so I'm guessing I read it before. I don't know. But yeah, those are the only 2 books on my second shelf that I haven't read, because the only ones on here is my Fourth Wing books. Okay, now onto my next shelf. Next up we have The Rebel Witch by Kristen Cicerelli. This is the sequel to The Crimson Moth. I read The Crimson Moth, I think it was last year or the year before, I can't remember. And I really, really loved it. And I was so excited when I heard the sequel was coming out, but then I didn't read it. And now I don't remember enough about The Crimson Moth to be able to just go on and read this. So before I can get onto this one, I need to reread The Crimson Moth first. Which is probably why I've been putting it off, because I have to reread a book to then read this one. But I will do it eventually, just because I did absolutely love The Crimson Moth and I really wouldn't mind rereading it and then reading this one, just because I do genuinely like I really enjoyed that book and I like Kristen Cicerelli's writing. Okay, next we have Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. My mum got me this for Christmas, and I think it was either Christmas or my birthday, I can't remember. But it just sounds so interesting, this book, and I do plan on reading this as soon as I can. It's not one that's at the top of my priority TBR at the minute, just because the series I'm in the middle of that I want to read, I'm currently rereading series that I really enjoy. And yes, I know I could be getting through my physical TBR instead of rereading, but I was in a slump. So, you know, rereading's more fun. But yeah, no, this is one that I do definitely want to get to at some point this year, but it's not like at the top of my priority TBR. Next we have Roads in Chains by Julie Soto. This is a fantasy that I picked up from, I think, Waterstones. I think it was last year, and I keep meaning to read this and then never do. Am I excited for this book? Yes, I am actually. This book sounds incredible, and also I've heard that it's apparently Hermione inspired, and anyone who knows me knows that I love Hermione. But I'm also I just have no reason. I just haven't picked it up yet, but I do really want to. But it's like Alchemy of Secrets. It's not one that's at the top of my TBR for me to read, so I haven't given it a chance yet, but I will do soon, and I will probably put it in a vlog, but I'm not 100% sure if I will, but you'll know my opinions anyway. Okay, so for this next book, this is one that is kind of towards the top of my TBR because it is going to be part of a video that I'm filming soon. That is Diabound by Fable Sorensen. I've been wanting to read this for a while because it sounds absolutely incredible. I think I picked this up from T.G. Jones. I prefer to say W.H. Smith because it sounds less stupid. But you know, I'm really excited to read this because it sounds really interesting. The world sounds incredible, and I'm really looking forward to delving into more fantasy, just because I love romance, do not get me wrong, but after a while I need to spice it up and read something a bit different, and that is why fantasy is something I love. And speaking of books that are at the top of my TBR but also terrify me, we have Alchemized by Sen-Lin Yu. I am both so excited and completely terrified to read this book. I do want to read this so badly. I've heard incredible things about it. All of my friends absolutely adore this book, and it seems like the whole of the internet adore this book. So I really want to read this and give it a chance, and Em did get me this for Christmas. So I do really, really, really want to read it, but I'm also terrified because it's a massive book and it's apparently a little hard to grasp, and you know, I'm just a girl. But anyway, I will be giving this a chance very, very soon. It's just I feel like if I'm going to read this, I need to dedicate like an entire good couple of weeks to it, and if I want to film it for a video, I need to be able not filming any other reading vlogs at the same time. Okay, then the last one that's on this shelf that isn't in my TBR basket, I have Forged of Fire by Stacey von Hagert. This is the first book in the Forged trilogy. I was given this as a Christmas present, not last year, the year before, and I do really want to read this book because it sounds really interesting. I just haven't had a chance to get around to it yet, but I do plan on reading it. But it's sadly, again, it's not one that's at the top of my TBR, just because I have other ones that I do really, really want to read. And that's not to say that I don't want to read this one, it's just not one that I am like running to get to yet. And that's because I kind of struggle with trusting new authors when it comes to fantasy, just because I am very much attached to the authors that I love. But I will give this a chance eventually because it does sound really incredible. Okay, the next few books are all the books that are on my April TBR. And and I haven't read a single one of them. Anyway, so first we have The Pact by Sharon Bolton. This was a gift from Ida for Christmas. I got it in January and I'm really excited to read this because I read one of the other thrillers that Ida got me and I absolutely devoured that book. I read it in like a single sitting and was obsessed. So I'm really looking forward to reading this because I trust her judgment. Next is another Stephanie Garber book. We have Caraval. I'm always umming and ahhing about this one, whether I want to read it, just because I'm not really the biggest fan of YA. I'm not sure if Alchemy of Secrets is the YA, but I'm going to still give it a chance anyway. But I definitely know this one is. But I still want to give it a chance because I have read a couple of YA books in the last year that I did kind of enjoy. So I will give it a go, but I'm not 100% sold that I'll love it. And this is one of the books that is on my read or get rid list for this year. Next we have A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. This is a Persephone and Hades dark romance book. Sounds really interesting and I do really want to read this. I just suck and haven't read it yet because, you know, I've been rereading the entire month. We also have Unsteady by Peyton Corrin. I was really excited to read this book and I am still kind of excited to read this because a lot of people seem to love this, but a lot of people also really love the DC Stars series by Chelsea Curter. And I DNF'd book 1 in that series because I did not enjoy it. So it's made me a bit skeptical about this one, but they're completely different authors. So maybe I just didn't like the Chelsea Curto one and I will love Peyton Corrin. But we will have to see. Next is another one that was gifted to me from Ida, which she got me for Christmas, which is Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica. I'm really looking forward to reading this because it does sound really interesting. My mum did try to read this and she didn't really enjoy it, but I still might, so I'm definitely still going to give this a chance and I am looking forward to giving it a go because I think it sounds really fun. Okay, then we have This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. This is the sequel to what's the first one called? I can't remember. Before I Let Go. I was planning to read Before I Let Go before I changed my YouTube schedule to being less videos. So I never read that book because the video I was going to read it in, I just didn't film in the end. So that's why I haven't read this one yet because I need to read the other one first. Spoiler for ahead because, you know. Here's one that I've been saying I'm so excited to read for such a long time and I still haven't read it. We have Indigo Ridge by Devaney Perry. I am really excited to read this and I don't know why I keep putting it off. I just need to read it at this point because it sounds incredible and it sounds really good and I really want to give it a chance. But for some reason I just never pick it up. Hopefully that will change soon. And then the final one in my TBR basket is By the Orchid and the Owl by Mariah Montoya. You guys know what's up with this one. I think this is another one that's on my read or get rid list, though I need to read this one this year, otherwise I will be getting rid of it. But yeah. I don't know why I haven't read it yet, okay? It sounds incredible. I get very easily distracted, okay? Okay, on the next shelf, there's literally only 2 books that I haven't read on it, so I'm just going to do them together. We have Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. This is another one on my read or get rid list for this year. I don't know why I bought this book, okay? I read the first one. I did not like the first one. I gave the first one a 2.5. And then for some reason, I picked up this one. And now it's just on my shelf. And then the other one I have is The Princess Knight by Kate Jacobs. This is one that I picked up from Waterstones. I've been following Kate Jacobs for years on TikTok. She was one of the first people I ever followed when I started watching book talk content. So when her book came out, I thought I would give it a chance to see if it's any good. So yeah, this one I bought very recently, so I'm not surprised I haven't read it yet. Okay, honestly, after, you know, filming that last clip, I'm not even sure why I have this on my shelf. So I think I am going to get rid of this duology. I think there's a 3rd book coming out. I just don't want to read it. And I don't think I'm ever going to want to read it. So these can go. Okay, now onto the final shelf of my bookshelves. Okay, so first we have a duology that I have been dying to read. We have The Luminaries and The Hunting Moon by Suzanne Denard. I read the back of The Luminaries and it sounded absolutely incredible. But when I look at these books, I get autumny vibes. So that's why I haven't read these yet. I think I want to save these for autumn and read them then, just because it sounds so freaking good. I read the back of this one and it just sounded absolutely incredible. So I'm going to save these for autumn time, and I might do like a autumn TBR and then do a video of me reading my autumn TBR. So yeah. But those two I'm really excited to read. Okay, this next one is honestly another one that I am contemplating getting rid of, just because I tried to read this book at the start of this year and I was just really bored and I just did not enjoy it. So I'm thinking I might just get rid of it, and then if I ever want to give it a chance again at a later date, I have the audiobook and I can rebuy the book. But we have The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. I tried reading this book earlier this year, and you will have seen that in one of my vlogs I did. I think it was Taylor Swift songs pick my TBR, and I DNF'd this book like 100 and something pages in because I was just not having any fun and I just really wasn't enjoying it. So I think I'm going to just get rid of this one, and if I do, like I said, want to read it, I have the audiobook, I can listen to the audiobook of it, and then if I end up enjoying it, I can rebuy the book. But right now I just don't need it cluttering my shelves. So, you know, this was just meant to be every book in my physical TBR video, but now I'm also decluttering books. Oh well. Okay, so the final two books on this shelf that I haven't read is A City of Flames by Rena Vasquez. This is one that Em got me 2 years ago for Christmas. I have no excuse for not reading this yet. I just haven't picked it up, but I will soon because it sounds incredible, and honestly, Em is my go-to person for when it comes to book recommendations. And then the last one on the shelf is Priest by Sierra Simone. I've had this one for a little while now. I can't remember when I got it. I think it was gifted to me. I do want to read this one because it sounds good, but I think I want to save it for when I'm in just a, like, I want something quick and spicy kind of mood. And right, yes, I know this is my fantasy shelf, but I do have a couple of like darker romances on here because this shelf over here is my pride and joy. It's my, you know, romance shelf, which I'm obsessed with. By the way, the books on the top of the shelf don't really count because they're just like my books, like the Winnie the Pooh ones are just for decoration. I've read these two here ages ago, and then that's just the special edition of ACOTAR, and then these ones were ones that were like one of my favourites when I was younger. Okay, onto this shelf. Now, the majority of this shelf I have actually read. All the way up to here, I have read, and then there's one here that I also have read. Okay, first off, we have Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy. I just don't know if I want to read this or not. And I am low-key tempted just to get rid of it just because I don't think I have any interest. But yeah, just I've tried reading other Elle Kennedy books that aren't part of the off-campus universe, and I just haven't enjoyed it. So oh well. Now, this next one I know is definitely not going. We have Faking with Benefits by Lily Gold. I got this one and Nanny for the Neighbours, which is this one here, towards the end of last year. And I loved Nanny for the Neighbours. I like devoured that book. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. And this one will be coming in a reading vlog that I'm doing, which I won't mention what it's about, but it's very exciting. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this one. And then this next shelf. The 4 books on this shelf that I haven't read, because I've read every single other one of them, is an entire series that I bought the entire series of before I even read the first book. We have the Wells Ranch series by Bailey Hannah. I said to myself when I bought book 1, I was only going to buy book 1, but then I saw book 2 and 3 in the works, and then I saw book 4 as well, so I was like, oh, I'll just buy them. I haven't even read book 1. I don't even know if I'm going to enjoy this series. I mean, I probably will. It's cowboy romance, and I love cowboy romance. Like, the majority of this shelf is cowboy romance. How many times can one person say cowboy romance in the same sentence? Jesus Christ. Anyway, I need to read at least the first book in this series to see if I enjoy it, because if not, then I've wasted my money by buying all 4 books. Look, I know it's an issue, okay? I didn't say I was perfect. Okay, the next shelf I can completely skip because I have read every single book on that shelf. This is my Heartstoppers, my Playing for Keeps series, my Vancouver Storm books. I still need to buy the last one in the Vancouver Storm series, which is the Wild Card. I just haven't had a chance yet. And also my Pride and Joys that my lovely, wonderful, amazing friend Alice bought me. She made me cry, okay? Okay, so yeah, those ones are all read. Okay, next shelf. We have Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. This is the last Colleen Hoover book that I haven't read yet, and I do really want to read this because Em said this is really, really good, and I want to give it a chance. I just haven't picked it up yet. I need to be in a specific mood to read a coho. If I'm not in the mood to read it, then I'm just not going to enjoy the book, so I need to be in a very specific Colleen Hoover mood when I read this. Okay. On the next one on the shelf is Unloved by Peyton Corrin. Obviously I haven't read this one yet because I haven't read the first one, so pretty self-explanatory. And then the last 4 books on this shelf is yet another series that I bought the entirety of and haven't even read the first book. Although I have made a start on the first book. I'm currently 67 pages into it. And I tried reading this when I was in my reading slump, so I stopped reading and then I haven't picked it up again. I will go back to it eventually. Just probably not anytime soon. But all of those, look how cute my bookmark is. I love it. Okay, I think this last shelf is the shelf that has the most books on it. So this is the one that's probably going to take the longest. Okay, so next on the list is First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. I've had this on my TBR for a while. Me and Alice were going to buddy read it, but when we were going to buddy read it, she wasn't really in the mood for a fluffy kind of romance, which is fair enough. So I haven't read it yet. I do plan on reading it at some point soon because I've heard people like it, but the last B.K. Borison book I read I did not like and I gave like 2 stars. Okay, then we have Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. I don't actually know why I bought this book. I think it's because it sounded kind of interesting. But I've read one other Ali Hazelwood book and I really did not like it. I think it was Bride. I think that's an Ali Hazelwood book. Yep, Bride. Yeah, I read Bride. I hated that book. I gave it like a 1 star. So I don't know why I bought another Ali Hazelwood, if I'm being completely honest. I think this might have to be another one that goes. Whoops. Okay. This one's been here for a while. I think this one has been here since Actually, no, it's not been here since I started my YouTube channel, but it's been here since towards the start of my YouTube channel. We have Signs of Cupid, English. This has been here since basically the start of my YouTube channel. We have Signs of Cupidity by Raven Kennedy. This is the first book in the Heart Hassle series. I picked this up for the first time I ever met Em, which was in May of 2024. It's now almost May of 2026. It's been 2 years and I've not picked up this book. It's not even that long of a book. And I found out recently it's a YA, so why haven't I read it? I don't know. Maybe because I get distracted easily and like new shiny things come along and then I'm like, ooh, let me read them first. I hate myself. Okay, the other next one I have is Homebound by Meredith Trapp. It's cowboy romance. It sounded really fun. I picked it up, I think, last year, and I haven't read it yet. There's so many books I want to read that I can't read them all at the same time because I'm only one person. And then the next one is Teacher of the Year by M.A. Wardle. I want to read more gay romances, and I saw this in the works, and I think it was on sale, so I was like, why not pick it up? And it sounded really interesting, so I think it's single parent, and I think the dad falls or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But I think the dad falls for his daughter's teacher, which sounds exactly like my kind of book. Okay, we have Handsome Devil by L.J. Shen. I picked this one up on a whim because I saw the cover and I was like, ooh, shiny. I wonder why some people think I'm dumb, and then I realise it's because I actually am dumb. Anyway, I saw a shiny object and I ran for it and read the back and it sounded interesting. Later when I got home, I then did realise this is book 3 in a series, so I will need to read the first 2 books first, because even though you don't have to with interconnected standalones, my little squirrel brain says you have to. Next we have The Corpse in the Closet by Lucy Score. This is the second book in the, I think it's the, yeah, Riley Thorne series. I got this in the 3 for £7.50. Me and my mum both wanted to read this because it sounded very interesting. We knew it was book 2 in the series when we picked it up, but we just decided we were going to read book 1 on our Kindles, and then, well, my mum on her phone, me on my Kindle, but I am buying my mum a Kindle soon because she's getting it for her birthday off me. But yeah, I go on so many tangents. This is why my videos are so long. It's just because I yap. Anyway, yes, Corpse in the Closet, Lucy Score. Looking forward to reading this. Just, you know, haven't done it yet, hence why it's on my physical TBR. Jesus Christ, I need to just shut up. Then we have Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Ashley Herring Blake. Jesus. Ida got me this for Christmas, and yeah, I just haven't read it yet, but it does sound really interesting, and I do want to read more sapphic romances, so I'm very excited to give this one a shot. Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. You guys know what happened with this one. I will give it a shot soon. The next 2 are Lana Ferguson books. We have The Nanny and The Game Changer. The Nanny is going to be in a reading vlog soon, so this is actually going to be coming off my TBR very soon. And then we have The Game Changer, which, you know, sports romance. And I think she owns a cupcake shop, so it sounds really interesting, and I'm gonna give it a go. Okay, we only literally have like 4 left. So I'm gonna quick fire through the 3 that are on my shelf, and then the other one is on the other side of my room and I can't be bothered to go and get it, so I'm just going to talk about it. So we have The Book Drop by Jacqueline Snow. This one was gifted to me by Em, I think. Yes. Yes. By the lovely Emily. So she gifted me this, and I'm very excited to read it because, you know, it's sports romance. I love me a bit of sports romance, especially when it's hockey. Then we have Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cochrane. This is a sapphic romance. It's a Christmassy one, so I need to read it around Christmas time because I'm not reading a Christmas book when it's not Christmas time. And then finally we have The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. I've read one other Catherine Center book, which was The Bodyguard, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to giving this one a shot and a nice to read. And then the last book I have is on the other side of my room, but it is Love Song by Elle Kennedy. I was planning on reading this one soon, which is why it's on the other side of my room on my desk and not, like, you know, with me. And my desk isn't even far. I could easily grab it, but I just don't want to because I'm not in the mood to. Yeah, no, that's the last book on my... It only came out really recently, that book, so that's why I haven't read it yet. I think it came out, like, last month or the month before. But I'm looking forward to reading it because it's part of the off-campus universe. But yeah, no, that is every single book on my physical TBR. And apparently I also turned this video into an unhauling video because I'm unhauling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. I'll see if any of my friends want them. But yeah, that is it for this one. I will put the number of books on my physical TBR here now that I've, you know, gotten rid of a couple. But that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy. Please like, comment and subscribe and hit the little notification bell below so you know when I upload. I upload every Wednesday at 5 p.m. and I also post, try and post every day or every couple of days over on my TikTok. So if you want to see more content from me, my social media is always linked in the description below. I have my Instagram, my TikTok, and my Goodreads if you want to go, and my Fable and Storygraph, I think, if you want to follow me on any of them. Yeah, that's it for today. I will catch you guys next time.